Hey guys, welcome to video number 3 in the Kitchen Table Stamper Press-On Snowman Season Stamp-A-Stack. This is our card class for December 2020. It's a free class, available videos, project sheets, the Wonder Recipe Cutting Guide, all available for free on the blog in a 3-video installment. This is video number 3. I highly recommend you check out video number 1, especially for our texture backgrounds and our Wonder Recipe to cut the designer series paper. In video number 1, we did those things and made this card. 3 of them. The Stamp-A-Stack makes 7 cards, 3 of this design. In video number 2, we made 2 of this excellent design. And in video number 3, we're going to make 2 of this design. So 7 cards total. And if you like, you can switch it up. Not a coffee person? How about the Snowman Season? I love this Snowman Season. It's coordinating snowman punch. You can use the exact kit, all the pieces, all the paper, all the embellishments, just the same way. Switch up your stamp set. So there's pictures of the alternate inspiration. Let's get started with this 3rd card in our series. If you want the optional class packet, you can get this while supplies last. kitchentablestamper.com/shop. It's $29.95 and includes first class postage right to your doorstep, so you can follow along even easier. All right, so from the kit, I've grabbed my card kits for this project. The card bases are 8.5 by 5.5. They're scored at 4 1/4 to make a standard crumb cake card base. Now, in video number 1, we did this awesome texture, and what we did was we scored every 1/8 of an inch on the front of our card with a simply scored tool. You can go every 1/4 of an inch, you can get a line embossing folder, or if you want to add some texture to the background of your cards, whether you do the snowmans or the coffee, the press-on, you could use this awesome snowflake folder. This is from the holiday catalog. So get your backgrounds embossed. And the other thing we did was we cut our designer series paper according to the Wonder Recipe number 4. So if you hang around Kitchen Table Stamper at all, you know the Wonder Recipes. They're 1-sheet Wonder cutting diagrams. We took 2 pieces of your choice of the 6x6 Snowflake Splendor. This is all the extra after you make all the cards. So you'll have lots of paper to play with after if you get the kit. 2 pieces, and you cut it according to Wonder Recipe number 4. This printable diagram is available on the blog. Just follow if you're on YouTube. Click the project details link under the video, and then when you get to the blog, there's a link for this printable graphic right under the embedded video. If you're watching on the blog, you'll see the embedded link where you can print Wonder Recipe number 4. So we've cut that paper, one of this kind of pretty pool party, and it looks like the old salt technique. Do you guys remember that watercolor technique with the salt? I date myself. This one we used a pretty snowflake. On our snowman, we grabbed something with more of the purples from the Snowflake Splendor and brought in some of the purples. So the choice is yours what paper you use, and each one is gonna yield results as unique as snowflakes. All right, so we've got our card bases. They're scored at 4 1/4 for you already, and then we added, and then you'll have to add a texture to the front, whatever you like. I did a simple line pattern. Video number 1, I showed you how to do that. All right, all the videos are linked together below in the description, and there's a quick link section on the blog so you could toggle through the 3 videos. Let's adhere our designer series paper. I love to call Wonder Recipe number 4 the 1 3/8 inch Wonder Recipe. So you're gonna take these little 1 3/8 inch pieces. They're by 4 1/4. And you're going to add them to your card front, just kind of tipsy, a little long skinny, and then the short chubby guy. You'll do that for both cards, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to do one on camera. Today I've got some in-studio helpers that are putting together the other copies while we work. Okay, the other items in the kit, if you've got it, or the items you'll need to prepare, are a scrap of crumb cake, a scrap of Whisper White. This is 5/8 of an inch by 2 3/4. That's for your sentiment. we've done the die cutting for you. That's the nice part about getting the optional kit. A lot of the work is done for you. We've got two, one for each card, stitched ovals from the Stitched Shapes dies. This is the second largest. We did that from Whisper White. We did the largest Hippo and Friends dies. I like to call this one the rectangle oval. I think it's a label with a bit of an identity crisis there. Do you see it? The rectangle with the oval layer over it. Anyway, that's the largest one in Night of Navy. We die cut hearts for you too. So this is the largest primitive heart. We cut that from Calypso Coral. And then you'll go in your kit because we also did the little hearts for you. And that's from this Stitched Be Mine dies too. We did that from Calypso Coral. And you'll have lots of extra pieces, this little spray and lots of extra little hearts to play with on your next designs. So what we need from here is for each card, kind of a medium and a large heart. And I love this die set. This spray is so beautiful. I'll use that in the background somewhere. But it also yields all these little hearts that can be used as decorations. So let's grab 4 little hearts from our packet. All right, so we've got our little hearts for each card. The rest is fun for you to play with. Let's do a bit of stamping. I'm gonna grab some Night of Navy and Calypso Coral. Also gonna grab a piece of mini grid paper because we're gonna stamp off the edges here of our heart. I've got the coffee beans and I'm going to add some texture to our heart cutout by just randomly stamping. And now you're doing a stamp a stack. So you're gonna do your hearts at one time. If you're doing all 7 cards in one sitting, you'll wanna grab all 7 hearts for each of the cards and stamp all of your little hearts with this texture at one time. That's the part of the stamp a stack that is so much fun. You can do a lot of cards pretty quickly by batch working. There's our heart. And then our sentiment. Now, we're going to use this Hope Your Day is Full of Perks greeting. And we're going to tie a little bit of linen thread on the end of this banner. So we're going to go just a little bit off center, a little bit to the right. So cute. Love it. I love all things punny. Hope Your Day is Full of Perks. It's awesome. Get to the little mugs in just a second. Of course, you can use a cup of thanks and change your coffee beans to some other pattern if you're going to send this to a tea lover. And you might have noticed that the press-on stamp set does not have 2 mugs. It only has 1 mug, and the handle is clearly on the right. I can't wait to show you how I did that. Let's adhere some of these layers first, though, before I lose anything. I'm going to take my Night of Navy. Go ahead and adhere that to the card front. I've been using my Stampin' CL Plus. I like it as an adhesive. It's a little hard to get rolling sometimes. That's my only complaint. But it does adhere really nicely when you've got a textured background. It just gives a little extra grip. So that's why I'm using that one today. That was the reasoning behind my choice. Now we're going to do the heart. And that guy is gonna go in between the Night of Navy and the Whisper White stitched. So let's go ahead, add that guy on there. Pretty centered. Then I pushed it. All right, Hope Your Day is Full of Perks should be dry enough now. We're going to dovetail the ends. I like to use my tailored tag punch to do that. Of course, you can use your paper snips. All right, let's slide to the side. We're going to do a little bit more stamping now. We need Memento Tuxedo Black for this. Got a scrap of crumb cake, and then you had a full sheet of Whisper White in your kit, and it was for stamping all of your coffee cups and mugs. We've gone ahead and got a head start on these. We just did simple 2-shade blending on our cups. We're using Balmy Blue and Night of Navy combo. So I'm gonna just do one of those for the video. I've done a lot of coloring in this video, and so now I'm just gonna run through the one Night of Navy cup with you, but you're gonna stamp 4 mugs for the 2 cards, one of each color, and then you've got this crumb cake piece. We're gonna put a paper underneath and protect our work surface. And then we're gonna stamp. You don't need the whole mug, you only need the little band across the middle. And we're gonna stamp 4 of those, 2 for each card. So keep in mind that we're doing double for a stamp a stack. All right, so set these 4 aside. Bring these guys back in. Simple coloring. Take your light Night of Navy or your light Balmy Blue and color in. You're gonna do a base coat of the light. Then what I like to do is take the dark and just color in at the very extreme right and left. What that does is it makes your cup take on a roundness. The shadow would be furthest away from the eye, and so that gives the illusion of a little bit of dimension. So that's why the shadow is there and that way. And then you're going to bring the 2 together and just kind of flick the dark into the light. You can run the light over the edge here because we're going to make a little band, almost like a little corrugated cozy. And so it might cast a little bit of a shadow maybe, so a little edge there with the light double layer, and then bring together. We'll do the same thing with the bottom and with the other 3 mugs. There you go. Are you ready for this? This is fun. We're going to repeat that corrugated look. We're going to use our Simply Score tool. You're going to cut right along the top edge of your mug. Right along the top edge, I should say, of your cozy. And then we're going to get our Simply Score tool. Pop these guys in along the top edge. And then you're just going to score every 1/8 of an inch. And now you've got that cute corrugated band, just like the coffee shop would give you on your to-go cup. You can also run that piece through an embossing folder, and then after you've run it through the embossing folder, go ahead and finish cutting it out right on the line. And there are our little cozy bands. All right, are you ready for some magic now? Let's bring our little mugs back in. And you'll see, both have handles on the right, don't they? Well, first thing we're going to do is cut right on the black line and cut off the handle on our Balmy Blue. Then we'll fussy cut as usual with a tiny little white border around the cup. They're nice straight lines. These cut pretty easily. I love a stamp set with dies, but if you got a fussy cut, that's an easy fussy cut right there. Now the handle, same thing, little white border, and turn the handle into the scissors. Don't try to hack the scissors around the handle. If you just turn it, closing the scissors a tiny bit at a time, you get a nice smooth handle. Do you see where this is going? Let me go ahead and fussy cut this guy. We're not cutting the handle off of our Night of Navy. Just fussy cut it with the handle intact. All right, now we're gonna adhere these mugs with Stampin' Dimensional. So the first thing we're gonna do is grab a half a Stampin' Dimensional. Let's grab a whole Stampin' Dimensional. We're gonna grab a whole Stampin' Dimensional. We're gonna put that underneath the handle, only halfway, see? Then we're gonna bring our cup, and I like to compare it to the other one so we can see about how high we want our handle to go. And you're just gonna pop that handle right on there. Isn't that just too cute? All right, let's add our paper piece to detail. A little multi-purpose liquid glue here. Each of these gets a little embossed cozy and a heart. Don't worry about that teeny tiny little white edge. If it's small enough, when you add your band, you can kind of compensate. Now it looks like it all connects nicely. Add your heart. And let's get Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of these mugs. Dimensionals are sticky. We're going to add these guys kind of in a little tilty angle. Bet you didn't know you could have a mug going either way. And then from the kit, we've got our linen thread. This is up to you. You can wrap this a couple of times. You can just tie a bow, whatever you like. I wrapped it about 3 times. You've got plenty of linen thread to do that. And I like the little texture, that brown, neutral, the corrugated background, the thread really gives a lot of visual interest. And so wrapping it a couple of times reinforces that vertical, that vertical texture that's going on throughout the whole card. So that's kind of my reasoning. Sometimes I like to share that stuff with you, the reason why I make the decisions I make in design. All right, so we're going to do, again, this is making 2 cards, so we're going to do both of our little banners with the linen thread. Then we're going to add the banners to the card with dimensionals. Be careful because the end of the banner is going to go over the edge of the navy mug. So don't put any dimensionals right there, otherwise you'll end up with a double dimensional. There's our little banner. I want the end of the heart to peek out and the cups to look like they're kind of resting a little bit on the banner. See the corner? Banner goes over the edge of the navy mug just a little bit. So cute. All right, so by the magic of television, or that is my in-studio helper today, we've got both of our cards done. Let's grab the epoxy droplets, and we're going to add 2 of those. One kind of budged up underneath the banner just a little bit, and then off. And then let's do clear on this side. You'll have some extra epoxy droplets if you get the kit. You'll have some extra designer series paper. When you're finished with the kit, you'll have some extra linen thread, so you can just keep on with the Wonder Recipe number 4, make some more cards. That is our Hope Your Day is Full of Perks. That's video number 3 out of 3 in the kitchen table stamper. Press on Snowman Season Stamp-A-Stack. If there are still kits left, you can find them at kitchentablestamper.com/shop. And let's show you our Snowman version again. There's Snowman Season. Press on. If you've got questions about the Stamp-A-Stack, about the card today, if there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. To shop Stampin' Up 24/7, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.